If you work in tech and you've been laid off recently, I have some advice on how to get rid of any resume gaps that you have while taking the time to look for a new job. In today's job market, it can take months or even years to find a new job in tech. And with it taking so long to find a new job, this will leave a gap on your resume, which might make landing a new job even harder than it was to begin with. But instead of letting those gaps work against you, I'm going to share my advice on how I continued to make money in tech after being laid off and got rid of my resume gaps. And for me personally, I got laid off from my tech job just over a year ago. And while I was looking for new jobs, I decided that I should freelance at the same time as looking for new jobs in case I was never able to land a new position. And what actually ended up happening is that I now make more money from my freelance work than I ever was in my full-time job. And I have additional flexibility that I did not have at my previous role. And whether or not you decide to continue freelancing like myself, having freelance projects is a great way not only to remove your resume gaps, but also to gain experience that you were not able to gain in your previous full-time role. In my case, in my data analyst role in tech, I was limited to certain types of data analytics projects, and as a freelancer, I get to work on a ton of different projects, including learning data engineering, and I get to do these projects for a large variety of companies in a large variety of different industries. And I know that you might be thinking that you don't want to go through the work to go out and find freelance clients, but today it's actually a lot easier than it ever has been before. And this is because of tools like Upwork. For me personally, I get almost all of my freelance clients from Upwork, and my efforts on the platform have compounded, meaning that as I've gotten more reviews and more awards showing on my profile, it gets easier and easier for me to land new clients and keep the cycle going. And so if you've never even considered freelancing, what I usually recommend to my friends is to download Upwork on the App Store and start searching through gigs that are similar to the type of work that you were used to doing in your previous full-time role. And when applying for gigs on Upwork as a new freelancer, you can let the job poster know that you have experience from your full-time role getting the outcomes that they're looking for. And lastly, as someone who does freelance work, you might actually become more likely to get your next W-2 job that way than just applying the traditional way with thousands and thousands of other applicants. I've personally been offered a couple of full-time roles since I started freelancing full-time over a year ago. And so if you really do want to get back into a full-time position, then freelancing is a fantastic alternate way to land a new position. But if you found the information in this video helpful, then please go to my channel and check out some of my other videos on this and similar topics.